Hello friends, my name is Jess. Welcome back to Books Past Bedtime. Today I am bringing to you a June plan with me. So this first page here that I'm working on is my June cover page. And with the release of Harry Styles' new music video, Watermelon Sugar, I figured a watermelon theme for June would be perfect. So honestly, I'm a very lazy bullet journalist. So I just wrote June in block letters. And my color palette is pink and green to go with watermelons. And as you can see, my doodles here are very lazy. They are just pink triangles and pink half moons, and then you'll see me go in with green and add a rind, and go in with my black pen to add some little seeds. Very easy doodles. A preschooler could do them honestly, but I think it turned out pretty cute, not gonna lie. I'm pretty happy with it. Of course, gotta write in the watermelon sugar quote. And we are finished. On to the next page. For this spread, I am doing my May TBR on the left, and then on the right, I am going to do my May reading schedule. On my to be read page, I am breaking the books down by category. So I am participating in 2 readathons, reading some books specific for a video, and I have some buddy reads going on. As you can see here, I did not like how I was writing these books in. I was writing in numbers instead of bubbles, which I can fill in to cross them off. So I am just going in and fixing it. It looks like crap, but you know, whatever. We're rolling with it here. So the first readathon I'm participating in is the Queer Lit Readathon. On the next page, I'll have a dedicated spread for the Queer Lit Readathon, and I will go through the prompts with you. I don't usually do monthly TBR videos because it just doesn't seem to make sense for me. So if you are curious what I am reading in June, it is all right here. If you don't want to be spoiled for future videos, don't read the videos column. But now I am moving on to filling out my June reading schedule. On my May to be read list, I also went back and added 2-letter abbreviations for each book on my want to read list. And this will make sense once I start filling out my schedule. That is just an abbreviated form of each book that I can use in my reading schedule to keep everything condensed. And this is where I realized that I was not lining up my abbreviations correctly, and it's really annoying. And we're just gonna pretend it didn't happen, so. Scheduling my reading has always been something that I have done, but this month I'm trying out a new method. This has kind of been coined the Angie way, as this is the method of Angie over at Read with Angie on Bookstagram. She is amazing. I love following her because I love productivity and scheduling and books, and she loves all those things and shares all those things all the time. So if you're interested, definitely go check her out. I will leave her linked down below. She has kind of created this more simplified reading scheduling method, and I am adapting it for my own use this month. I originally got inspiration to schedule my reading from two different YouTubers, one named Giselle and one named Jenna. They are both great. Their videos are amazing, especially if you are a productivity and scheduling nerd like me. Definitely go check them out. They will be linked down below as well. You'll also notice me mess up these dots. I was supposed to start on the first and I did not. Anyway, it's really annoying. So this first set of dots is denoting my buddy read of the Twilight series with Kirsten over at Kirsten's Corner. She is one of my best friends here on BookTube. I'm going to link her channel down below as well. So we are reading about 200 pages of the Twilight series a week, so that is what I'm filling in right now. I have it broken down into a couple chapters each day. Different colored dots denote a change in book, so all the pink dots are my new moon chapters and all of the green dots are my eclipse chapters. So basically with this reading schedule, the idea is to add up the page count of all of the books on your TBR and then divide them by the number of days in your month, so you're reading an equal amount and making an equal amount of progress each day, and then breaking that down into chunks that make sense for you and your reading goals that particular week or that particular day, and building on that throughout the month. I break things down in quite a few different ways this month because I am participating in a couple readathons. The first week of the month is chunked off for that readathon, and the last week of the month is chunked off for the second readathon, and then in the middle of the month I am reading various books for various different videos. So I'm not going to be reading an equal amount of pages each day, but each week I kind of looked at as a chunk and added up the page count for the books that I was going to read that week and divided them. This is very complicated to explain. I really don't think it's that complicated. If you just look at what I'm doing, you can see what I'm doing. So now I start planning out the 31st of May through the 6th of June. This is the dates for the Queer Lit Readathon, and during this readathon I am going to be reading 3 books at the same time in addition to my Twilight buddy read. So the second column is the audiobooks I'll be listening to. The third column is my physical or fiction books that I'll be reading, and the final column is all the graphic novels. So I figured I would break it down that way so that I could mix it up throughout the day and read different things, read different styles when I'm in different moods or doing different things. So now for the next week, I am moving into planning out the books that I need to read for the video that will go up on the 16th. And then starting on the 14th, the next set of reading for the next video that's going to come out. It's all very complicated. I planned this all off camera, and who knows if it's even correct and if I'm even going to follow it. I'm going to try very hard. It's like the only way that I can fit in everything that I want to do. So we will see how it turns out. I'll keep you guys posted, don't worry. And then the final week of June is actually the Romance-a-thon. I will link all the hosts and information for that readathon down in the description down below, as well as all the hosts and the information for the Queer Lit readathon. But the Romance-a-thon takes place during the last week of June, so I am now planning out what I'm going to be reading for that. And there's my head, unfortunately. Ew, it's so gross. Just stop peeking your head in there. What are you doing? You're killing me. This spread out column over here is my Throne of Glass buddy read that I am participating in. Ew, seriously, get your head out of here. What are you doing? And then the green column is for my reread of Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. I am also buddy reading that and hosting a readathon with a lovely group of girls. All the information for that will be down in the description down below as well. And I'm giving myself a lot of work to do in this description box. Thanks a lot, Jess. here you can see me realize I messed up as well. This was supposed to start, I believe, on the 12th or something. I don't even know how I messed it up. Oh yeah, I was supposed to start on the 14th, not the 13th. That's how I messed it up. This is a close-up in case you could not see from the screen before what I was doing. You can pause it and look at it if you would like. On this next page, I am making my spread for the Queer Lit Readathon. Queer Lit Readathon is a fantastic readathon. I am so excited to be participating in it. My TBR for this will be up on Sunday, so definitely look out for that. So the prompts for this readathon take the form of a bingo board. So that's what I'm drawing out right now. I'm drawing out the bingo board. And you can pretty much do whatever you want with the readathon. You can try and get a bingo, or you can read the corners, or read the insides, whatever you want to do. But for me, I am an overachiever, so I'm going to try and black out the board. And I think I will be able to do it in 6 books, but we'll see. Writing out the prompts. The box that I skipped that should be green is a choose your own prompt box, and I haven't decided what I'm going to do yet, so I just left that one blank. I'll fill it in later. I also went in and put down some swatches. That's where I'll write whatever book I read to fulfill that prompt. I pretty much know what I'm going to read to fulfill the prompts, but I just decided to leave it blank in case something changes. The boxes where there are 2 swatches are books that have longer titles, and when there's just 1 line of swatch, I think it's a book that's just going to be a short title. I don't really know how my brain works. I'm sorry. I also f***ed this date up, and it's really annoying. I wrote June even though it starts in May, and I was really angry, and I tried to fix it, but it just looks like crap, so don't judge me. And now on the right side, I'm going to do my spread for the Romanceathon. For the Romanceathon, there are 5 prompts. You will see me write them in just a second. While I do have my TBR planned out already, I didn't want to write the books down just in case something changes. So I will probably go back in black and write the books down and write my rating once I get to them, once I read them, and it'll be a fun time. And I know these spreads are very simple, but honestly, I'm lazy and I don't want to spend a ton of time in my bullet journal. Just doing this took like 8 hours, like all day, to figure out what I was doing. So imagine if I was like somebody who is very creative and was like painting in their bullet journal, I would never get anything done. And now on this spread, on the left, I am doing my June books, and on the right, I am doing a page tracker. And the June books is something that I'll fill in later. That will be all the books I have read, and I'll also color code them to match with the page tracker. And the page tracker is pretty self-explanatory. I am just going to track the pages that I read per day. Goes up to 400 over there, maybe like 450. I don't know if I'll read that many pages in a day. It is possible. I read like 1,000 pages in a day last month, so hopefully I have enough room on there, but whatever. This final spread is breaking down my Twilight reread with Kirsten's Corner that I mentioned previously. It is really simple. I'm basically just writing in what chapters I'm going to read what week. Yeah, that's all there is to it. thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate you being here. As I mentioned before, all relevant links will be down in the description. Definitely subscribe and like this video if you feel so inclined, and have a wonderful day. See you in the next one. Bye.